So Bob Washa, finally retiring. This is Kirk Dobrenz, and I just want to give a little history on Bob. And Bob and I go back a long ways in Chevron. He and I went through the early parts of SAP when we lost all of our basis people. I think we lost all the first 6 ones we had because the SAP job market was so fantastic. They all disappeared. We had to manage through that. I went off and did some other things. Bob stayed with SAP. Then I rejoined him when we did Project Olympic, and had a great time on Project Olympic. And then Bob went off to Manila in his new career there. So anyway, Bob, just want to wish you all the best in your retirement. I know you and Joanne are going to have a blast driving around in your big fifth wheel. Maybe we'll see you out on the highway sometime, one of the national parks perhaps or something. Anyway, the best of luck to all of you, and I've thoroughly enjoyed working with you over the years. You've been a fantastic role model and certainly helped direct my career in the right direction. So thanks, and the best of all to you.
Hi Bob, this is Denise Coyne. I've been asked what I will miss about you, and I have to say my fondest memory is of carpooling with you back and forth from Chevron when we were when you were working on the Olympic business case and I was the downstream strategy planning and org capability manager, and the long conversations we had during that drive about how to improve Chevron. And as part of your retirement, I'm thinking that maybe one thing you could do is just come down and drive me to and from work as my chauffeur. I thought that would be a great thing to do. I do know you like to drive because you've got your big motor home, and so perhaps you could combine driving me to and from work with your travels across the country in your mobile home. Anyway, I want you to really enjoy your retirement, and I wish you all the best in the world. I don't know if that was very good, but there you go.
Hi Bob, I can't believe your retirement is finally here. It's been kind of a long time coming. I think back to the first day I met you, I think was probably in 1995 when you brought me over to APHIS to work on the first big SAP upgrade. And it's certainly been a journey over the last 15 years, working with you off and on over those past 15 years. And I'm going to miss your mentoring and coaching and your vision. I think back to the early days of APHIS and the vision you set up for the technical architecture, as well as the vision you had then when we needed to figure out how to restructure our ERP support organization and form EBS. And I definitely miss that. You've never shied away from handling the difficult issues, and I certainly have appreciated that over the years. I wish the best for you and Joanne in your retirement, and I hope you have a chance to get out and explore the Pacific Northwest with your RV and see some more of the U.S. now that you've finished traveling around the Far East. Best wishes, and good luck to you.
Hi Bob, it's Carol. Congratulations to you and Joanne on your upcoming retirement. I'm so envious of you in some ways, but also really excited for the next step in your journey. Even though we've known each other for quite a while, it was really on Downstream's eFoundation program that I first got to know you and work with you. And then over the years we've done that. We did Titan work together, the work to really globalize and standardize how we supported ERP work, and then the expansion of the Manila Service Center. It's been nothing but a joy to work with you each and every moment on that journey together. I've always been really impressed by your talent. You're equally tough, you're up for the challenge always, but you're so thoughtful and so kind. And really, for me, at the end of the day, just an absolute stand-up guy who's a delight to work with and a wonderful colleague. So I think that the role model behavior I'd like to talk about and really tip my hat to you is the way that you've taken on what is your last assignment with Chevron. So if anyone ever thinks that they have to go out and retire sort of with a whimper, I'd ask them to look at the way you've handled yourself and your work in the last few years. You've been optimistic and enthusiastic. You've pushed yourself. You've given Chevron, your colleagues, and the work 110% every single day. And that's so important, and really something that I think a lot about as I retire into the last few years of my career with Chevron. So I'm really impressed with all of that, and thank you so much as a colleague and also for Chevron. And so as you and Joanne prepare to go to the next step in the Pacific Northwest and think of what comes next, I wrote down something in terms of a blessing I'd like to offer you. So I hope always that the road rises up to meet you, that the wind will always be at your back, the sun will shine warm upon your face, the rain will fall soft upon your fields, and until we meet again, my friend, may God hold you in the palm of His hand.
Hey Bob, it's Louie. Man, I wish I could be there in person to thank you for everything you've done for the company and for me personally. And you've been called ERP Bob, Manila Bob, and I'm hating that we're going to have to start calling you Retired Bob. That's such a different thing that I can't get my head around. But just want to thank you for everything. I always think of one story in particular when I think about you that's kind of illustrative of everything you've done for the company. And you'll remember this. It was back in the early days of the downstream IT leadership team, and we were trying to come up with ideas of how to make Chevron a better place. And there were hundreds of yellow stickies all over the place, and we ended up selecting 5. And one of those was about standardizing ERP systems across the company and standardizing business processes. And suddenly you became the father of Olympic. And you fast forward that, and today we now know that that's creating about $100 million in value to the company on an annual basis. And that's just one example of what you've accomplished over your career. And so I just wanted to kind of throw that out there, and for everybody who might be listening to this, is that think of all the great things that Bob has done for us as a company. But you know what, more than anything, what I think about is what you've done for us as individuals and people. And we're just going to miss you. I'm just thrilled for you guys, but please know you are going to be greatly missed. Take care of yourself, and hope to see you around.